What do you think of when you hear the word torture? You may think of the insane Judas cradle or the pair of anguish from the terrible medieval times. However, what many people do not know is that torture is still occurring in the world, and even in our own country, on equally painful terms. At the Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman, or Degrading Treatment or Punishment on December 10th of 1984, the United Nations congregated together and declared a powerful assertion that states, "No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment." Over the course of American history, including the period after the statement had been established by the UN, the government has enabled torture to be included in the interrogation process. This violation of human rights is not only illegal, but it has also proven to be useless for the United States. One victim of torture effectuated by the CIA, Mr. Saud, has proven that torture can have negative lifelong impacts. Today, Mr. Ben Saud, 47, is a free man, but said he is in a constant state of fear of tomorrow. He is racked with self-doubt and struggles to make simple decisions. His moods swing drastically. Believe it or not, cases can become far worse. At least half of the 39 people who went through the CIA's Enhanced Interrogation Program, which included depriving them of sleep, dousing them with ice water, slamming them into walls, and locking them into coffin-life boxes, have since shown psychiatric problems, the New York Times found. Some have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, paranoia, depression, or psychosis. The deliberate infliction of torture on people who have previously been mentally stable and the obvious detrimental impact that it has on the rest of their lives comes to prove that the utilization of torture has a drastically negative impact. The main purpose of torture is to access information that we otherwise wouldn't have known. However, this ending is commonly prevented from being accomplished. In many cases, wrong information is stated by those being tortured. Other detainees who were harshly interrogated made up information, including about the terrorist threats which the CIA identifies as its highest priorities. The Senate committee said that it had reviewed 20 of the most commonly cited examples of successes attributed by the CIA to enhanced interrogation. It found each of these examples wrong. What might come as a surprise, not just to our enemies, but to many Americans, is how little these practices did to aid our efforts. When considering if torture is favorable, all aspects of the practice need to be accounted for. Torture leaves a harmful impact on those involved. It hurts our country's citizens and ideals as well as others, and it can frequently produce illegitimate results. Because torture is not beneficial to our country, the practice of torture in the United States needs to come to an end. The United States were built off of the ideas of freedom, so how can we let an action occur that risks the infringement of our rights? This means that we, as citizens of the United States, need to take action against the implementation of torture in our own country in order to save ourselves.